Hi, welcome all. In this video, we'll discuss week 1 to 4 of the design and analysis of algorithm with a fast revision and some formulas followed by some expected MCQ. So the first week we will be discussing about analysis of algorithm. So a quick recall, that is notation will be using O upper bound, omega lower bound and theta right bound. So focus on time complexity and space complexity. The master rule what will be having is drop constant. If it is 5n square, it will give n square. Ignore the lower terms. You can ignore the n square plus n means you can ignore these lower terms. So nested loops. So multiply the complexities. Sequential means take dominant term. So log base you will be knowing that log log 2 of n is equal to log 10 of n. So this is the recurrence results. T of n is equal to T of n by 2 plus 1 means O of log n. T of n 2t n by 2 plus n O of n log n. T of n is equal to 2t n by 2 plus 1 means we will be getting O of n. T of n is equal to T of n minus 1 plus 1 means also it is O of n. So some important comparison, what is the order and growth what we have to follow. The first one is log n, then the second will come root n, then the third will be n, then the fourth will be n log n, fifth will be n square, sixth will be n cube and 2 power n followed, and the last will be having n factorial also. So this is the order we have to follow. We will discuss some possible MCQ. You can also refer the assignment questions what they asked. So first one is which grows faster, log n log n square. The correct options will be n square. We are having a polynomial, so n square polynomial dominates. O of n square plus O of n cube. The options n square, n cube, n log n. The same thing, n cube dominates, so this will be the correct answer. So an algorithm has two phases. Phase 1 O of n square plus log n. Phase 2 will be O of n cube. What is the total complexity? So total complexity will be O of n cube, as usual dominated by the highest term n cube. So what is the complexity of for I is equal to 1, I less than n, I plus plus, j is equal to 1, j less than n, j is equal to j into 2. So it will be O of n log n. So you have to multiply the inner loop and the outer loop. This is the inner loop and this will be the outer loop. If you are multiplying inner loop, you will be getting O of n log n. So T of n is equal to 4 T of n by 2 plus n. The options will be n log n square log n. The correct answer will be n square. We are already seen in the formula. You can refer that one. The next one is they are given the f of n and g of n, which is correct. 560 n cube plus 3n plus 107, 3n cube plus 5000 n square. So in both the terms it is dominated by n cube. So both are correct. The reason is it will be dominated by n cube. And coming to the week 2 is about recurrence master theorem. So the recurrence form is T of n is equal to A into T of n by b plus f of n. A denotes the number of subproblems, b is the division factor. and f of n is the extra work whatever. So this is the master rule. Identify the a, b, f of n. Then you have to compute n power log b of a. Then compare with f of n and apply the correct cases. So master theorem, the case 1 will be f of n less than n power log b of a. The result is O of n log b of a, meaning is recursion dominates. Case 2 will be if it is equal, f of n is equal to n log b of a, then it will be O of n log b of a log n. So meaning is balanced. If it is greater, we will be getting O of f of n. It denotes it is dominating, work dominates. So these are some comparison, important comparison for expression and growth. If it is n, it will be linear. N log n, it will be slightly higher. N square means polynomial. N cube higher polynomial. So n power log 3, which is approximately is equal to n power 1.58. The growth will be between n and n square. Recurrence. So if it is t of n is equal to n by 2 plus 1, we'll be getting the answer will be O of log n. T of n is equal to 2t n by 2 plus n means O of n log n. T of n is equal to 2t n by 2 plus 1 means O of n. T of n t n minus 1 plus 1 means also it is O of n. T of n is equal to 4t n by 2 plus n. We will be getting O of n square. 3t n by 2 plus n will be getting O of n power log 3. So these are some possible MCQs. T of n is equal to n by 2 t into n by 2 plus 1 will be getting O of log n. That is the problem size solves each step. We are having t into n by 2. So each step will be getting half of the thing. So t of n is equal to 2t n by 2 plus n. We will be getting O of n log n, this one. 4t n by 2 plus n, O of n square, since n power log 2 of 4 is equal to n square. This one will be writing as 2 square, so it will become n square. T of n is equal to t of n minus 1 plus 1, where the answer is O of n. So T of n is equal to 3t n by 2 plus n, O of n power log 3. That is the recursion dominates. We are already seen in the previous table. So height of a recursion for T of n is equal to T of n by 2 plus 1. We will be getting log n. So master theorem applies the divide and conquer. Work per level constant. So total will be O of n. So coming to the week 3, we'll be having the sorting algorithms, one of the important topic. So sorting arranges elements in order. So it depends upon the input order, stability, and the space usages. So this is the master rule. The first step is comparison starting as lower bound n log n. Then nearly started means it will be using insertion sort, and stable required means we have to use the merge sort. In place required means you will be using quick or heap. So this is a sorting table comparison. So if it is bubble sort, the best is n, worst is n square. Whether it is stable, yes. In place, yes. Selection sort, n square. Worst case is also n square. It is not stable. So in place is yes. Insertion, the best value is n, worst value will be n square. Stable and in place is also yes. Merge sort n log n, n log n. Stable yes. In place no. Quick sort is n log n. The worst case it will become n square. Stable no. Then in place it is yes. Heap n log n. Worst case it is n log n. Stable, it is not stable. In place, yes. So these are some sorting quick results. So if it is nearly sorted means the best choice we can select, go for insertion sort. Need stability, I will be going for merge sort. Fast average means I will be going for quick sort. No extra space means I will be going for heap. And these are some non-comparison sorting. The type of algorithm what we'll be using is a counting. It is a non-comparison, and radix is also a non-comparison. So these type of questions we can expect in the NPTEL exams. So possible MCQ best for nearly sorted data. We already discussed nearly sorted data. The best will be insertion sort. So it will be running close to O of n when array is nearly sorted. So worst case of quick sort will become n square. We can refer the above table also, which is stable sorting. Merge sort maintains relative order of equal elements. So why does the quick sort become O of n square? That is bad payload selection. Due to bad payload selection, the quick sort became O of n square, which is in place sorting. You can refer the table. Quick sort is the in place sorting, which guarantees O of n log n. The merge sort will be giving O of n log n, always divides and merge evenly. So which algorithm performs best when input is almost sorted? We'll be using insertion sort. Bubble sort worst case is n square. So in all the elements of, if all the elements are equal, quick sort became O of n square. So the reason is occurs in basic partitioning without optimization. So which algorithm guarantees O of n log n in worst case and is stable? Merge sort. For better understanding, go through the above table which I shown there. And for week 4, the graph basics will be having some questions based upon graphs. Week 5 will be advanced graphs. We will discuss in the upcoming videos. So graph is a combination of vertex and edges. So graph will be having directed graph, undirected graph, weighted graph, unweighted graph. The first one is the master rules. But versus BFS uses Q, that is first in first out FIFO, and DFS, Dutch first search, uses stack or recursion. So traversal complexity is O of vertex plus your edges V plus E. So tree will be having tree edges will be V minus 1. If the vertex is given, we can get the tree edges by this formula V minus 1. So the graph representation, if it is a adjacency matrix, the space is V square. We'll be using the dense graph. Then adjacency list means I'll be using the space value as V of V plus E. I'll be using the sparse graph. And the difference between BFS and DFS. So future, the data structure is in BFS it is Q, in DFS it will be stack. traversal, it will be traveling level wise, and the DFS will be depth wise. Shortest path, here it will be using unweighted graphs. Here we can't able to use find the shortest path. Use this is BFS for distance and DFS for connectivity. So the main comparisons is, if it is a tree edges, the result will be V minus 1. Complete graph edges, V into V minus 1 by 2. Sparse graph means approximately E is equal to V. If it is a dense graph, E approximately is equal to V square. So for the shortest path unweighted, I will be going for the BFS. For cycle reduction, I will be using DFS. And for connectivity, I can use either DFS or BFS. For level ordered traversal, I will be using BFS. So these are some possible MCQs. So BFS uses which data structure? We are already discussed in the table. It will be using Q, FIFO, first in, first out, and choose the level wise traversal. So BFS uses Q and DFS will be using stack. So time complexity for BFS is V plus E, vertex plus edge. So visits each vertex and edge only once in BFS. The number of edges in a tree, V minus 1. The formula is we are already discussed. So complete graph edges, V into V minus 1 by 2, every pair of vertex connected. Shortest path in unweighted graph. Unweighted, we can go with the option as BFS, which is better for sparse graph list. So which is better for dense graph means I will be going for matrix. Cycle reduction in directed graph, I will be using DFS. Then the last one is BFS explores nodes in level order, that is expands neighbors level by level. So in the upcoming videos, we will discuss about from week 5 to week 8. If this video is useful to you, kindly mention in the comment as helpful or useful. Thank you.